What's up, gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to talk about the most painful experience of my life. Not the most painful, but it was a great learning lesson. And that is the time that my girl left me for a pro baseball player in San Diego, California, and how that propelled me to leave my dream life in San Diego and move to Bangkok, Thailand. Now, before we get into that story, make sure to smash the like button. Costs you nothing, means the world to me, really helps me out with the algorithm, and I would truly appreciate it. And if you are interested in more travel, dating, foreign residency, and content about how to make money online, then subscribe to the channel. Now, with all that said, let's get into this heartbreakingly true life story of mine. Now, as many of you may know, I was living in San Diego, California, and then I went to Bangkok, Thailand. And then at the conclusion of that journey, I went back to San Diego, California. And that is where this story starts. So to give you some context, the only reason I even had access to this woman that I was dating is because I met her through one of my friends from childhood who was an NBA player, and he invited me to his birthday as well as some other people, and the girl that I'm talking about in this video was the friend of the girlfriend of one of the other NBA players who was at this party. And so that's one reason I always talk about access to high quality and really attractive women. How limited it is for the average guy in the United States. Like I said, I only had access because I was the friend of an NBA player who invited me to his party. So anyway, we're all at his birthday party. We're all kicking it, getting along. You know, we obviously have a section all to ourselves. No one else is welcome into that section unless someone from inside the section invites them into this section. So we're all kicking it, chatting, having a good time, reliving some old memories, talking about some old memories. And I'm just curious about his lifestyle and some of the things that he has to deal with, because being a celebrity, being someone who is of high status, recognizable, is not the easiest thing. And so he has to worry about other things, like, are women trying to get to him for his money? Are they going to sue him? Is she gonna sneakily try and have a kid? So on and so forth. And so we're just chatting, having a good time. But like I said, we're chatting away, and I'm talking to this other girl. Not like trying to get at her or anything, but just, you know, making conversation, because how often do you get invited to a place with so many beautiful women, but also just high-level people? Because it wasn't just basketball players, there were agents, and there were other people there as well. And so I was just chatting, and this girl was like, hey, let me introduce you to my friend. And she introduced me to her friend, and she was stunningly beautiful. Like I said, most people never going to have access to this type of woman. But anyway, like I said, we started chatting, we're kicking it, we're having a great time, and she's actually really cool, really friendly, really smart, really engaging, really funny. And so we ended up keeping in touch for quite some time, and, you know, ended up developing a relationship. And to give you some context, I'm already thinking about leaving San Diego for somewhere else, because taxes in California, absolutely insane. Although I wasn't making NBA player money, I was making a decent amount of money. So I was like, this is not sustainable, blah, blah, blah. And I had already been to Bangkok before. And so I was thinking Bangkok, I was thinking Spain, I was thinking some other places, but I hadn't really set anything in stone quite yet. And so this girl ends up going to one of her friend's birthday parties. And I was supposed to go, but something came up for work, and I was like, I can't go. You're just going to have to go without me. Now, little did I know, she ends up meeting a San Diego Padre at that party, and they end up keeping in touch. And I don't know all the details of what happened. And frankly, to be 100% transparent, I really don't care. It didn't really like break my heart or anything like that. So spoiler alert there. And she also tried to get back with me after her and this Padres guy didn't work out, because apparently he was a super simp. And I know people are going to make comments about my voice and being like, blah, blah, blah. but my voice doesn't tell you anything about me. Nor does someone else's voice tell you anything about them. But anyway, it goes without saying, she ended up leaving me for this San Diego Padres player. And really, she was the last tie I kind of had to the United States. And so after that, to be completely transparent, I was like, how the hell am I ever going to get access to a woman like that ever again in my life? Because I've made so many videos on this topic. Average dude never getting access to these women. It's just not gonna happen. Like, even if you go to a club, not going to be able to get into that part of the club that they're in, because they're gonna be in someone's section. So you have to be invited into that section. And if you're cold approaching them, they don't know you from the hole in their shoe. And there's no pre-selection, there's none of that. So she really is not going to give you the time of the day. And I will go to my grave on this point. Sure there are exceptions to the rule, but these extremely high level, high beauty women in a place like Miami, guess what? They are going to have access to very, very high level guys, and some random Joe Schmo approaching her on the street, unless he pulls up in like a Lamborghini maybe, she's not going to give you the time of day. And that's without getting into the whole power of pre-selection, but it is what it is. So anyway, I was like, yeah, I'm never going to have access to these kind of women consistently unless, you know, something crazy happens and I become like a movie star, or I don't even know. Something just unbelievably out of this world happens. But then I was thinking about, well, in Thailand, I did have access to those same high quality women who were, in my opinion, more feminine and certainly more agreeable. Although I would not say they are more loyal. But that's a topic for a different video. And so that was another thing that pushed me even closer to choosing a place like Thailand or even Spain. Because both these places, I got access to really, really high quality women without necessarily having to rely on a social circle. Now, I did build a social circle, and in Thailand that did help for numerous reasons, but it was also just easier to be on the higher value end of the spectrum in a place like Bangkok or Spain than it is to be in a place like Los Angeles, Miami, or San Diego. Because you're going to be competing with baseball players, movie stars, rappers, actors, and not like C-list or D-list actors, but like high quality, top-notch actors. Sports stars from other countries who live in Miami or San Diego. So there's a lot of local competition in these places, which just makes it really hard to get access. Now, here was the one problem I had in Thailand specifically, and other places like Medellin, and even Spain to some extent as well. And that's the fact that getting access is one thing, but actually retaining these women, aka dating them long term, completely different story, because they see you as a tourist. And that's where I'm going to end this video, and I'm going to record another video with how separating myself from being seen as a tourist as to being seen as someone who is local or long-term completely changed my dating life overseas. Now, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see the comments making fun of me for having my girl leave me for a famous baseball player, which it is what it is. Oh well. But with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video, and as always, peace, much love.